Okay, so again, we are here to discuss our learning activity sheets for week 5 to week 8. But for now, let us focus to one activity of week 5, and that is on activity number 2, which is entitled Classifying Chemical Reactions. So, makita nyo yan dyan sa inyong learning activity sheets. Meron kayong 5 numbers to fill in. Just leave this blank muna. On our next video, we are going to discuss how are we going to make or formulate chemical formulas of different chemical compounds. But this time around, dito muna tayo mag-focus with our activity number 2 for week 5. Check nyo lang dyan sa inyong copy of your learning activity sheets. Makita ninyo. Activity 2, classifying chemical reaction. So, how are we going to do that? So, una, we are going to discuss muna the 5 major types of chemical reactions. Marami pa, pero we are just going to focus on the very basic ones. So, the first one is what we call the direct combination reaction. From the word itself, malaman ninyo, combination, meaning, meron tayong i-add up to produce one single output or result or outcome. So, in our chemical reaction class, we have 2 parts for that. Meron tayo, kung sa baking pa, we have that as our ingredients. Yun yung ating mga reactants. So, sila yung nasa left side ng chemical formula natin. By the way, our not chemical formula, chemical reaction. So, by the way, itong buong representation na ito is what we call the chemical reaction. So, meron siyang left side part and a right side part divided by a arrow. So, yung arrow na yan yung separator. So, yung left side, yun yung reactants. Ito yung mag-combine together to form your, again, separated by an arrow to form your products. Okay? So, reactants on the left side, products on the right side. Okay? So, let's proceed. For our combination reaction, from the word itself, combine to produce one output or one product. So, sila reactant A and reactant B will combine together to form your product A, B. So, combined na sila. So, example of that is our table salt or what we chemically call as sodium chloride. So, your sodium chloride is what we commonly know as the table salt. Yung pinapanghalo nyo sa mga pagkain para maging salty yung flavor niya. So, that is composed of a sodium atom and a chlorine molecule. So, later on, wag nyo na munang isipin kung paano na form siya na naging ganito. So, on our next video, we are going to discuss this one. So, dito muna tayo mag-focus. So, si sodium mag-a-add kay chlorine. And that will produce sodium chloride. So, yes, you can see, ito siya ang A natin. Ito naman si chlorine ang ating B. Okay. So, basically, ganyan lang. So, si sodium mag-combine with your B element or B molecule which is chlorine and then will produce NaCl. Ito na yung magiging AB mo. So, if you see the same trend as this one, you are going to be able to identify that this is a direct combination reaction. Okay? So, for decomposition reaction naman, that's a different story. Kabaliktaran lang ni combination. So, si AB naman na na-produce kanina on the first part of chemical or first type of chemical reaction, siya naman yung i-broken down into A plus B. So, ganun lang. Kabaliktaran lang siya ng direct combination. Decomposition means breaking down. Okay? So, example is your water molecule. Upon chemical reaction, or kung ano man yung factors na makatrigger sa kanya, it will be broken down into 2 molecule, which is a hydrogen molecule and an oxygen molecule. So, this will be your A, this will be your B, and of course, galing sila kay AB, which is your water molecule. So, again, pag ganitong trend, this is a direct This is a decomposition reaction. Okay? Next, we have our single replacement reaction. So, replacement, ibig sabihin, at this type, meron ng papalitan. And then, may single. Ilan ang papalitan? So, single means one. Isa lang yung nagbago, isa lang yung na-replace. So, sa example natin, si A, dinagdag kay B and C. Combined together. Tapos, on the product side, after the chemical reaction, ang naging partner na ni C, which was initially B, naging A na. Tapos si B is left alone. So that is your single replacement. Pinalitan ni A si B bilang partner ni C on the product side. So example of that is your magnesium. And then nag-combine kay copper sulfate. Paano siya naging copper sulfate, ma'am? Yes, we are going to answer that on our next video. And then naging magnesium sulfate plus copper na siya. So, magnesium is your A, copper is your B, sulfate, a polyatomic ion is your C. So, on the product side, ang nangyari, si A, partner niya na ngayon si copper sulfate, which is your C, and then i-add up kay copper, which is your B. Okay? So that's it, no? So, A plus BC, and then separated by your arrow sign, that will be your product on the right side. So, naging AC plus B na siya. So, that will be your single replacement reaction. So, again, a trend like this will help you determine that you are exposed or you are given a single replacement reaction. Next, double replacement reaction. So, dito, same pa din ang process, but this time around, double na. Ibig sabihin, dalawa na yung nagkapalitan. So, basically, A and B plus C and D will yield or will produce A and D plus C and B. So, same at this example, we have calcium carbonate. So, calcium plus your carbonate. So, that's your A for calcium and B. Am I right? Yes. B for your carbonate. And then, you have your hydrochloric acid. So, bakit siya naging hydrochloric acid, ma'am? Yes, we are going to identify that later on. Okay, so, H is your C and Cl is your D. So, basically, you have AB plus CD. Pagdating natin sa product side, you have your C still as an A, but then, pinalitan na siya si carbonate, pinalitan na ni chlorine molecule, which is initially your D. So, ayan siya, D. This is your chlorine. So, D. Plus, your H, which is initially your C. Pinalitan si Cl ng carbonate, which is initially your B. So, basically, naging AD plus CB na siya. So, sino yung nagkapalitan? Si B at saka si D. So, how many are they? 2. So, that's why it is double replacement reaction. So, ganun lang siya kadali, class, no? And lastly, we have our combustion reaction. You will be able to identify it is a combustion reaction if your reactant are hydrocarbons plus your oxygen molecule, oxygen gas, kasi a combustion will not happen without the presence of your oxygen gas. So, yun siya ang, kumbaga, another important reactant for combustion reaction to occur. And then later on, it will produce carbon dioxide plus your water molecule. So, pag ang output niya is carbon dioxide and water molecule, plus, sa reactant side, nakita ninyo na merong oxygen gas, and then merong hydrocarbon molecule, when you say hydrocarbon, madali lang yung identify class. Meron siyang hydrogen at meron siyang carbon atom. So, basically, we have here C2H6. So, this is carbon and this is hydrogen. Therefore, you have hydrocarbon plus your oxygen molecule, which is your oxygen gas, will yield, again, yung sabi ko kanina, product is carbon dioxide plus your water molecule. So, that is a combustion reaction. So, basically, it happens pag merong burning process. May sinusunog or may nasusunog. Okay? So, that is your types of chemical reaction. So, we have to review direct combination reaction, decomposition reaction, single replacement reaction, double replacement, and lastly, we have our combustion reaction. So, yun lang. You just remember all the clues and then yung trends, bawat chemical reaction type, and then you are going to be able to identify perfectly kung ano yung nabigay doon sa ating activity. So, again, good luck and answer those questions properly.